Hi, this is Andrew Chamberlain, and this is my week 7 program, which is reading and writing files. So, right now we're in my main class, which is a basic writing of a file that is written line by line. So, I use a file writer instance called name it file, and obviously it equals a new file writer. Obviously, in here, the credits.txt is actually going to be the name of the file that it's creating. And then to actually put stuff in, I have to use a print writer. So I have a print writer, which I put print as the variable name for it. And then so I have it outputting to the file. So now I have these two print statements, which are actually going to get written to the file. And then I have a close statement, which makes sure that I will actually close the file, because if I don't close the file, um, it will just run on forever. I'll never build successfully. I also have to use a try and catch method because if the file isn't found in one of these instances, then it will still be able to build properly. However, if it wasn't there, the program wouldn't be able to build properly. So then now I'm going to show you what it looks like when I'm trying to write all of them at once instead of going line by line. Still using the file writer and the print writer, but in this time, I use a string, and um, I keep them together in one variable location, a string s. So then all I have to do is print out the variable s, and it's actually going to print out all this information at one time, and then obviously a print.close, and then the try and catch to make sure that it runs properly. Now the next two things are the read statements, which are going to read both of the parts of my program. This one's called word.txt, and this one's called credits.txt. So this one's going to read the credits.txt, which is the one that I've written in my main class. So I use file reader, which is the same thing pretty much as file writer, but it's file reader. I assigned it the variable g, and then obviously showing the file that I wanted to read. And then I use the buffer reader, and then give it another variable equals new buffer reader g. Then I just gave a random string, and then I set it for a while loop. So while a equals d dot read line not equal to null, we'll print out the line and another space, so that way it prints out on different lines and it doesn't print on the same line. So basically what this while loop is doing is saying while there's nothing there, it's going to do this loop and it's going to print out the line that it just read using the d.read line. Once there is nothing there, so then it is not nothing. So then it will just close the file, and then that will be the end of that program. And then to read all at once, I had to use an input stream. So I had a file A equals the word.txt. Then I used a file input stream. I used it for the variable in, and then I put new input stream A, which is basically just calling the word.txt. And then I converted it into bytes. So I converted the read into bytes. So basically what I was doing is I'm converting the file into bytes. That way the program can read it all at once. So then I do an in.read.read, which is the new bytes that I created using the bytes read new equals new byte int.a length. So I do an in.read, and then it's going to read all those new bytes, and then it's going to close that file. It's going to close the input stream, and then it's going to output what it just read. So the string str equals the new string, which is the read, which is the new bytes, and then the UTF, which converts it into strings instead of the byte code that it was read at. So this is basically my week 7 Java program. I'm just going to show you what it looks like when it runs. So right now it says my name is Andrew. And that is it. That's my week 7 Java program.